Hello guys, it's racing.gamer.hd here and welcome back to the channel. Today we're here at Kyalami Grand Prix Circuit in the Touring Car Spec Series online multiplayer lobby. If you haven't done so already guys, check out the first two parts of the series where we take part in the qualifier series. Since we have graduated from the qualifier series, we now get to pick our own car, so we don't have to use the Honda Civic anymore. And we get to take part in the touring car lobbies, so we should have much more populated races, which is good. The more players we have in a lobby, the more fun we're going to have. Right, so let's get straight into the action guys. Have a look at the position count on the top left corner here, and have a look at the positions gained in the first one. We make up 9 positions, but this guy was not too happy about it. He orders the spinaler on me and just completely pit maneuvers me, wipes us out in the first corner. He obviously thought I made far too much progress in the first corner and took matters into his own hands. But you know what guys, we're not going to let that get us down. Going into the race, I was setting the fastest lap times in practice. I had the Audi RS3 LMS, one of the best cars in the spec series, in the touring car spec series. I obviously felt I had good pace, and we had 8 laps to get this race back on track, and I was feeling confident, but I was going to be very aggressive. I really wanted a race win, and I really want to go for that podium as well. So we're going to try and take as many positions as we can. We're going to go for every single gap that we see, and we're just going to see what position we can end up in. So we in 17th place, side by side with this guy here in the MG. We're going to try and brake as late as possible, take that position. We're going to take every single position that we can see. We're going to go ultra aggressive. There's a big pack of cars up ahead, and we're just going to look for the gaps, see what positions we can take, and just try and extract the pace that we had in practice. We were about half a second quicker per lap than the fastest guy in qualifying, as we go for an almighty dive bomb down the inside over here. I'll be honest, that was on the edge of acceptability, let's just say that. But like I said guys, we're going to be ultra aggressive on every single gap that we can see, and we just had a massive dive. We're going to go for another dive bomb down the inside of this guy as well. This guy actually gives us a respectable amount of space, so you know, fair play to that guy, because I just went down, I threw the car down the inside and he gave me racing room, so fair play to him. And we're heading down the main straight here. Some guy up ahead gets pit maneuvered, so we take an extra position. I want to finish off this position nicely and cleanly, as he gave us nice racing room, and we brake nice and deep. We had the advantage on the brakes. We were quite good on the brakes, so we felt that we could go for a lot of overtakes. I felt confident on the brakes, so hence the dive bombing, and we make up another position. So up ahead is Spin Diesel. We're just under a second behind. Keep an eye on the gap to the leader. He's 12 seconds ahead of us, so just keep an eye on that gap as we go throughout the race. And as you'll see, the pace from the leader initially in this early part of the race is quite strong, and there's a reason for that, but we'll get to that a little bit later on in the race. First of all, we have caught up to the pack in front. There's quite a big group of cars, so it's going to get quite chaotic here. This part of the race is quite dicey. One guy's into the gravel pit. We take up an extra position in P12. This guy's slow on the apex. The car's teleporting all over the place, so I didn't know which way to go, but we chose the right decision and we take up another place. We are going to try and stick as closely as possible to this group of 3 cars up ahead. In this group of 3 cars, 2 of them were quite quick, so Spin Diesel and the guy in the green MG, I think it is, Sykes, I think his name was, he was quite quick as well. As the 2 up ahead make contact, and we're going to go for another almighty dive bomb round the outside. This time we're going to send it all the way down as we go 3 abreast in that corner. And which one comes out on top? Spin Diesel's ahead. Can we take the position behind him? We're going to be brave into this corner. This could have gone really badly. We actually make contact, but luckily we make it through and we take 10th position. We made a little bit of contact going for that dive bomb, which gave us a 0.5 second penalty, so our total time penalty is at 1.3 seconds. The leader up ahead is 13.8 seconds ahead, so we've got some work to do, and we're going to size up this guy. We're going to send it down. He leaves the gap, he lets us go down the inside, and we do exactly that. So we're going to go down the inside, get a better exit because we've got the racing line, take that position, and we're going to try to keep pace with the green MG ahead, Sykesy, as the guy ahead of him goes off into the gravel traps. he's slow, slipstream, I can see the pass come in, and we're going to send it down the inside as well. So we've taken another 2 positions in effectively 2 or 3 corners there. We're in 8th position now, so we're progressing well. Now we've got most of the slower guys behind us. The guys up ahead are going to be a little bit more difficult to get past. We're going to have to be much more measured. And we zoom into Tudor KUB quitting, and the reason for that is actually I noticed when we were lining up on the grid, he forgot to basically change his tires and his fuel. He was on soft tires and he had about 3 laps of fuel, and he didn't change them as the countdown timer went to 0. So I knew he was he's going to be either really compromised on strategy, or he was going to quit early, and he did exactly that, which is a bit weird because he had the pace advantage. He had a big lead. He could have stayed and gone onto the hard tires, but anyways, he decided to quit. So that's another position gain. We're in 7th position now, and we are going to be trying to catch up to the guys in front. As I mentioned before, Sykesy, the guy in the green MG, was one of the fastest guys in the lobby. So at this point, we're just calming down, trying to get into a bit of a rhythm, getting ready for the in lap, because we are going to have to pit on lap 4. We're going from mediums to mediums. That was our strategy. What we're going to try and do is basically go for the optimum strategy, go for the lowest race time possible, and see where that ends up taking us. Comment below, guys, what do you think is the optimum strategy in touring car spec series medium length races? Is it to go hards, no stop hards, or is it medium mediums, or is it a combination? So is it soft and then hards, or hards and then soft? What I find typically normally works for me is medium to mediums. I think pretty much 80 to 90% of people agree with that strategy. I think that's generally the go-to strategy on most races. However, some races, some tracks, and some cars, depending on which ones you pick, and be possible you can actually do a race no stop hards and actually have the quickest total race time. We know the Subaru Levorg, the rear wheel drive touring car, is the best at tire management and keeping your tires in check. So you can do some no stop strats with that car, although it is very, very slow on 1 lap pace. So your qualifying will be heavily compromised, and also general race pace in that car. It's not particularly great on acceleration, hasn't really got particularly great top speed, and just generally can't keep pace with the stronger cars like the MG and the Audi. Nevertheless, it can do no stop strats on some tracks, which is actually quite handy in some cases. Now we have come to quite a crucial part of the race, guys. Here we've caught up to us and Sykes, we have caught up to the pack up ahead, and it's in the pit stop window. So he stays out, I dived into the pit. So we've actually got an alternate strategy. We've got a different strategy going. I'm not quite sure what tires he's on, whether he's going to go mediums to mediums, or whether he's on hards and then he's going to go into softs. I have absolutely no idea, but we're going to obviously put on our mediums. We've got enough fuel to go to the end. So it's going to be really interesting to see which strategy is the strongest strategy, who's going to come out ahead after the pit stop windows, and basically who's got the advantage going into the last lap of the race, whether he's going to have a pace advantage at the end, whether I'm going to have an advantage of track position. The alternating strategies has made the race quite interesting as I come out the pits, and these guys behind me are battling hard. We have to stay ahead of these guys. It's crucial that we stay ahead because they haven't made their pit stop. So if they get past us, and they don't, thankfully, they would have slowed us down a lot, and that would have compromised our race against Sykes. It would have hindered our race pace, and it would have allowed him to get out ahead, and it would just completely put us off. As this guy, for some reason, decides he just wants to block me in a straight line, which I didn't particularly enjoy. Anyways, I knew he was gonna be easy to pass. He hasn't made his pit stop yet, and he just disappears. So we take that position. We're in 11th. Now we've got to really nail this in lap, guys. We've got to maximize on our strategy, and the way we've got to do that is we've got to hit every single apex, and we've got to really push the car hard, use up a little bit of the tires more than I would like, but we need to try and take that track position ahead of Sykesy and make up an extra position, because he was quite quick and he probably will have a tire advantage for the rest of the race as well. As this guy Venoms goes off-road rallying in the middle of the race, I wouldn't advise that. It's probably not the quickest way to get to the checkered flag. take up another position. We're in we're 10th position now. He says thanks. So some people probably got punted off, to be fair. And we're coming up to the crucial part of the race, guys. End of the pit window. Sykes is pitted, or he's going into the pits this lap. Can we come out ahead of him? This is a crucial part of the race. We make it out just in front of Sykesy, so perfectly executed strategy there. We undercut him, take the position. However, there's no time to celebrate, guys. We are in a three-way battle for 5th. Ascend it down, try and break as deep as possible. I keep 6th position. We've got deducted Hydra up ahead. At this point of the race, everything was going to plan. We had a bad start. However, we've been making up positions well since then. Pit stop strategy was great. This guy was slowed down by hitting 2 wheels on the gravel trap, so we take an extra position here. Have a look at the track map. As you can see, the leader's way out in front. However, the 4th and 3rd positions, and even the 2nd position, was actually not too far away. So we felt like 2nd position was up for grabs, but only if we continue to make some good progress. So we're desperately trying to get ahead of deducted Hydra. And have a look at this over here. Can you believe it, guys? We get pit maneuvered twice, the 2nd time in the race. We were doing really well. I really thought we were going to get a podium finish, and well, that happens. Comment below, viewers, whose fault was that accident? Who do you think was at fault for that incident? I'll let you on a little secret into what I think, and well, this guy can't explain it any better.
I think you have to leave a space. All the time you have to leave a space.
At this point, I knew the race for the podium was over. Any meaningful result was also gone, impossible to achieve. So yeah, we're just going to bring the car home and just try and basically grab the highest position that's available to us, which at this point seems like 8th. So we're just going to go for that. There's only 2 laps left. But once you've lost that opportunity, once you've lost the reasonable expectation to get a podium or a race win, you lose a little bit of that last percentage of motivation, and you just lose a little bit of focus. So after that incident, my heart wasn't really in the rest of the race. I was so hell-bent on getting that podium and that win that I just felt deflated after this. But that's why we're just going to speed up the rest of the video, go to the end of the race, and you'll see what position we end up in. The good thing about this race though, the positives out of this race, was that race pace was a lot better than when I was in the Honda. The Honda, in the first 3 races in the Honda, there was a lot of instability on corner entry, so I felt like I was really slow, nowhere near the sort of speed that I thought I could extract from the car. Whereas the tune on this car, which is done by JSR Craviator, who's one of the top fastest guys on the game and produces some really strong, powerful tunes. The tune on this car was so good, and I felt really comfortable in the car. It was my first race in the car, so of course naturally there's a lot more speed to extract from it, but positives were I felt quick. Now all we needed to do was have a clean race. I felt like if we had a clean race and we extract the pace of the car, we'll get a good result. So that's going to be the plan heading into the next race, to have a clean race next time and finish much higher up. Can we get our first win next time round? And that race is already recorded and it's a good one, so please like and subscribe if you like the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you've got any feedback for me, please comment below the feedback. Let me know if you're enjoying the commentary. Likewise, let me know if you're not enjoying the commentary or if you prefer less commentary. Feedback is welcome and appreciated. We actually go up in skill rating to 4,789. Thank you so much for watching, guys. See you next time.